When a severe storm hits, hail and high-speed winds can cause excessive damage to your home. This can lead to blown-off shingles, broken windows, siding damage, and leaking inside. If you suspect your home has been hit with storm damage, contact CNN Construction today. We are a proud GAF Master Elite contractor offering free exterior home inspection for storm-related damages. CNN is a reputable licensed roofing and general contractor working hand-in-hand with insurance companies and homeowners every step of the way through the difficult claims and restoration process. We will meet with your insurance adjuster to discuss the damages to your property, the value of those repairs, and the scope of work needed at your home. Our skilled team has you covered and will leave your home looking brand new. Give us a call today at 844-415-ROOF or visit our website at cnroofs.com for a free exterior inspection. CNN Construction. We find the solutions, not the excuses.
Hang on a second, guys. One second.
What up?
We've got to give a shout out to South Nashville Heating and Cooling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Friend and supporter, showing proof. Also, the longest running sponsor of I Got Some Shit to Say, the podcast.
Absolutely. Look, man, South Nashville Heating and Cooling, where quality and craftsmanship come together. They've been doing this since 1985. That's almost 40 years of service. Expert designs, quality installations, superior service.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you something.
What's that?
Tell me.
I feel confident in the fact that South Nashville Heating and Cooling will keep me warm in the winter.
For sure.
It'll keep me cool in the summer.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, these middle months, you'll be comfortable even then.
Absolutely, dude.
Y'all know the deal, man. South Nashville Heating and Cooling, we love those guys. Y'all see the name, y'all see the number. Tap in.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Always.
Damn.
It's I Got Some Shit to Say, the podcast, man. We're back like we don't stop, because trust us, we never do. All we do is work. Y'all know me.
Fuck you, Squinch.
That's right. R.I.P.
Whizzle fizzle.
Forever and always. With me as usual, back there in the corner, my best friend in the whole fucking world.
ChadArmesTV.com.
Stamp.
That guy. And directly across from me, we have the one, the only.
Yeah.
That guy. And our fourth co-host is back with us tonight. We actually have a guest with us for our listeners. We'll get to that in a moment, but y'all know how the fuck we do. Come on, man. Where is it?
Where is it?
Where is it?
If it took any second longer to find it, I'd have busted out.
Come on, Sonny.
Okay.
We got Sonny dancing in this bitch. Mildred.
One was barely moving.
Hey, notice I didn't say Mildred, man.
You didn't?
Nope, it's a story.
I noticed it. Trust me.
Okay, my bad. Okay.
You say it's a story?
Yeah.
Oh, let's get to it.
No.
First, before we go any further, Chad kind of leaked it on the audio side of this, but we have a guest with us tonight, one that we are very happy to have back. Fun fact, he's been here like 3 or 4 times now, dude. We've had him on I Got Some Shit to Say like 3 different occasions now, I think. This is the third.
I think this is 3, yeah. He's in the number 3
Fuck
club.
yeah.
Yep.
If you guys don't know the
But
cadence,
they've been professional.
absolutely. If you don't know the cadence of that voice that just crept through that microphone.
Yeah.
Probably because you've never heard it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the one, the only, the mobster himself.
Yeah.
Sonny fucking Paradise.
Yeah. 7 arrests, 0 convictions. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Try harder, Glenn Cochran. You know?
Sonny fucking Paradise.
Motherfucker.
He take that back. He don't mean it.
Yeah.
Nope. Don't mean it at all.
Well, I mixed 2 names.
Right.
Right.
Sonny, it's good to have you, Bubba.
Glad to be here.
Street flavor in the building,
sir.
full effect.
Yes, sir.
Friends of I Got Some Shit to Say, obviously, for a number of years.
Yes.
And obviously, we
My
share-
kingpin.
Yes, correct.
The guy I sold my soul to.
Right? The guy, exactly.
The guy that gave me $250,000, you bunch of nosy fucks.
Yeah,
I'm still spending it.
I have both sources of the rumor wheel right here with me tonight.
Yeah.
Right? When we talk Sonny Paradise, and we talk Leroy Biggs, and we talk Street Flavor Records. it's a fun topic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me, myself, and Chad Arms,
Sexy topic.
Caucasian rappers here in the city of Nashville for the past 20 fucking years. Street Flavor has been ringing bells for
I didn't know this.
the whole time.
I didn't
You didn't know that? Caucasian?
Hey,
20
man,
year
I'm
rapper?
white,
I didn't know
dude.
y'all
It's
was
cool.
Caucasian.
Oh, dude.
Good, man. Hey.
I just know.
Fun fact.
He just didn't know he was black.
For real. One of the two.
Man. But yeah, dude, 20 years, 20 plus at this moment. Y'all just hit an anniversary. Where we at on Street
Street
Flavor?
Flavor, 31 years.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that is bananas.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're older
mean-
than the weekend.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's factual for sure.
Yeah.
31 years, man. Oh man, that's fucking crazy. And Sunny Paradise. We've got this story before. You know, Chad. When did we have Sonny? When did we have Street Flavor here the first time?
I think the first time y'all had him, I wasn't here. It was you and Leroy
What?
and Sonny and Lorenzo, I think, right?
Listen-
Look.
Wasn't it D-Ray's spot?
Well, yeah,
That
the
was-
Chad
so
Arms
that was
TV
Chad Arms
interview.
TV
Yeah, we did
interview.
that. We did that early on.
And
Like,
the
you were one of
second
the first interviews I did.
And the
did
second
talk.
one was Tailgate and Tallboys.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
it was here.
You
And then
y'all
we
two
went.
and Lorenzo
Yes.
was on here with
So
Squints
this
one
is
time.
before.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm
Well, this
fixing
will
to
be
look
the
it up.
fourth time that we've had a conversation.
Yeah,
third
but Chad
time
Arms
this.
TV is one of those conversations.
Yes.
Two podcasts, like Lorenzo. I don't remember where we were or what number
Yeah.
Street Flavor came through, but it was like right after Leroy signed.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Yeah,
but
came up.
I forgot that you wasn't here, Chad. That's crazy. I mean, out of the 170 episodes, Chad's barely missed like 20.
I think it may have been when I was. It may have been when I went to Louisiana or somewhere. Maybe,
gotcha.
There was something I
You'd
wasn't.
better
in town.
shit.
Nah, there's always reasoning as to why Chad doesn't make it. So I told, and with Street Flavor being here, it would have made perfect sense for him to be here. So had been something like that going on, logistics.
Well, and two, like, so just to give a little introduction, because my man, as old and stout as he is, he doesn't like introductions.
He recently had a birthday too. Happy belated to
Yeah,
Sonny.
man, happy birthday,
Fuck
man.
him. We both did. Me.
Yeah. You were supposed to be here on your birthday. Fun
Attention
fact.
hog.
He didn't come.
Oh, shit.
Keep going. What were you saying? He's old.
Episode 51. Episode 54.
51?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So every time we've been on here, it's been talking like as a unit and as we're doing. And one thing I've been talking to Sonny this week, you know, there was an episode, and we'll get into it, where some shit was said and it was incorrect.
Oh.
And we weren't, specifically talking about that, but going like, hell, dude, at the time I was 23, but even at 22, and I came so far behind that time.
Yeah.
And I still knew what it was.
Of course you did.
And as far as Nashville's concerned, like, Street Flavor built a culture and brought a culture. Like,
Facts.
and there's some shit like talking to Sonny, like, dude, people don't know because he's never been worried about the attention.
Dude, the most that people have ever heard from Sonny is at this table.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Most definitely.
Like,
Man,
for real.
I was telling them earlier, like you can't tell the story of Nashville rap without you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's real.
And even when we did the sit down interview with you, Sonny, we only got to like 2010.
Yeah,
Remember, and then it
2010,
stopped,
yeah.
and then
And the people
we
keep
talked
asking
for like
for the
three
rest of the
Jelly
story.
Jelly came in and y'all did the segment with you and him.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, we had only gotten up to like
But-
that point. Yeah.
So what do y'all think? What do y'all think about this? Not to keep him from talking, but I just like to sum up what we've been talking about. Like whenever anybody has to say, I think one of the biggest accolades Sonny P can talk about as a man is like he came to this motherfucker and left on his own terms as a man. Family intact, fucking not homeless, not
Not broke.
like.
Yeah.
I was telling him earlier today that, when I started doing this, the point of the game was to get in to get out. Mm-hmm. You want to get in,
Hit a lick, run.
You want to do it so you can get the fuck out and do something.
Right.
And then, I guess you just stay in and do whatever, and some people just, keep on going if they want to. But I mean, the point of the whole thing is to just use this as a tool to get somewhere else.
Right,
That's
right.
really the name of the game. But
Yeah.
that was always my intention.
Right.
yeah.
But like Leroy said, I think it's dope for him to even say out loud on the here on the podcast that inspiration that even so much further down the the generation line,
Yeah.
that you're still like a fucking footprint in like a Godfather. Yeah, dude, for real, the Godfather. Can we call this episode the Godfather? Is it
rap,
too, is it too early? Yeah, let's call it the Godfather. That's dope.
I mean,
but that's it, Sonny, for real.
Appreciate it.
But even like we've spoke about this before, but just for everyone watching and listening now, like when I first got into music, before I met Chad Arms, I started shopping beats with the best that I could find as far as the city goes. And Sunny Paradise and Street Flavor Records were these people. And I remember reaching out, and the bridges were built. Long story short, I walked into Street Flavor Records in Hermitage, and Dev was on the boards, and Sonny was nowhere to be found. And I'm thinking like, oh shit, I'm finna go to Street Flavor and meet Sonny Paradise.
Right.
That's not what happened. And then I think the next time I came back, same thing. It was like Sonny Paradise was a fucking ghost, bro.
Well, I meet people to this day where we'll talk about music and they'll be like, dude, I didn't even know you made beats or anything. Like, I didn't even know you produced any of that stuff. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, you know, but I can see, because for me, it was more about, I could care less. It was really just like dope records. I'm more interested in promoting everyone else. And, you know, like that was really, I could care less. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't the guy wanting to be in the club. I wasn't that, you know, I was really just trying to make the best records I could make.
It's such a rare accolade though, Sonny, for a person of like your stature, of like someone that managed a record company successfully in an independent type city like Nashville was when it came to this hip hop shit, and kept that boat afloat and sailing fucking full steam ahead for so long. And like Leroy says, be able to like step out the game and still be afloat. You know what I'm saying? But like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like,
I may not have came back if it wasn't for my son, probably. When you know, it's kind of like my son started coming into the game right when I started doing the Hate Goes On for Jelly, and that kind of all happened at the same time. So that kind of got me re-going again.
Gotcha.
You know, so there was a lot of ups and downs, but you know, they were on my terms, I think. So I mean, that's, you know.
And salute, because you said off camera that Hate Goes On that you produced for Jelly just went gold, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So,
Hell yeah!
Give
Shout out
a
to
round of
Sonny,
applause
bro.
for that one, dude.
so, and see, that's like,
I'm curious about something. So who was the first artist like that you worked with out
Okay,
there?
so the first artist that I ever actually signed was Chris King. And
I
Chris
think I've
King,
heard this
his
before.
band plays younger brother.
Yeah, I think I've heard this
band
before.
play is,
But you've
Big
told
brother.
me this.
Yeah,
I think.
Big Brother.
yeah. So, but that was very short. He kind of was in and out. And then right after that was Pistol.
Shout out Pistol.
Yeah,
Shout out
man.
Pistol.
And then,
Please pull up.
That was big for the city right there.
And it, you know, basically how that came to be was I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how to get. I had this little studio that I was sharing actually with my dad. We were doing some country stuff, which I was totally not interested in at the time. But I had no idea as to how to get anybody involved with what I was doing over there. I met Kev early on. I put out an ad in the Nashville scene and for an engineer. Kevin answered that. So
I remember.
yeah,
this shit.
And for another guy at the time, Pete, he brought Pistol by on some demo stuff.
Fire.
And they initially started, you know, coming in the studio just to cut demos. And then we just had the idea, why don't we just do an album?
All right.
That's basically how that came to be. And then shortly after that, you know, we put him on Ruthless and and all that stuff. And that
shit was crazy, man. It was big for the city. Like that was.
it was the first urban rap.
That album is
like a
one of the first ones for me. You know what I'm saying? One of the first ones I heard. And I was young.
So just to explain, like,
go ahead.
dude, and like, I'm not trying to keep cutting them off, but the fucking bear I've been fighting is like, I know as a kid what the culture was because of it, right?
Yeah.
And now I talk to this guy more than I talk to my mom.
Yeah, facts.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I hear all this shit. And it wasn't about, he wasn't standing up for himself or going, he just didn't care. He was he was taking care of kids, doing other shit. And now in the age of social media, it's like, I hear about all the great these people have done. And it's like, well, wait a second.
Yeah.
The dude here did it. Like,
But it keeps going though.
Yeah, it keeps going.
Because it was.
Well, you know, I was younger than you when I did that deal. You know, I was
Crazy.
It was, you know, I was really flying by the seat of my pants for real. You know, I had my dad, obviously, you know, as a, you know, counsel and, you know, business and that kind of thing. You so right after Pistol, we did Boogie's deal with Relativity. I did that because at the time, Ruthless Records was distributed through the same distributor.
And at the time, Ruthless Records was the fucking
that was
flag,
it.
bro.
Easy. He was in the city.
Jerry Hella, a scary fella.
Yeah. I stayed in touch with him for a long time.
Flex.
So through that, I was up there dealing with Pistol's record.
Side mission.
And then I met the guys at Relativity, the same distributor, and then, they picked up Boogie and we did that. So for that little time period, that 93, 94, 95, I mean, that was pretty much boom,
That's when you were telling me in that interview too. You was telling me that like y'all were trying to. You said it was costing like $30,000-$40,000 to shoot Pistols music videos.
Oh yeah, I mean when I did
absolutely,
yeah, when we shot Everything's Gonna Be Alright for Boogie, that video cost $34,000.
It's crazy, bro. For a video,
I think it's crazy.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, because you're talking back then. They charged you by the foot for the film.
Yeah,
back then.
Yeah, reel to reel was a lot.
Yeah, 16 millimeter, which wasn't even the good stuff. You're talking probably, I don't know, it was something crazy like $100 a foot or something. It was
so
nuts.
wild, dude.
And the editing process is
way
monstrous, like just crazy cutting and tacking film.
Yeah.
But I think it's so dope to hear. Like I mentioned how dope it was a minute ago for Leroy to talk on.
And I just want to say something about those records.
Go ahead.
Nobody had anything to do with getting that deal with Ruthless, but me.
Talk your shit, Sonny.
Not a single person.
Love it.
Had any other than obviously my dad helping me, my lawyer John Lensworth.
Yeah, but still,
who after 31 years,
Who I just met.
You orchestrated
because we're
the
back
deal.
in business.
after 31 years, I just had lunch with him today.
Flex.
So this was the 90. This was the Pistol Boogie.
Yep.
Talking about that time frame.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
But that's what I think's dope so far about the conversation. We're 15 minutes in, and I've already pointed out the fact that Leroy stopped you mid sentence and just like, bro, like y'all are talking like this shit's so old, but yet y'all are talking about a conversation that's older than me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now for Leroy to be the artist on Street Flavor, hang on, Sonny, and then fast forward 10 minutes and talk about the influence and like the importance of Pistol's record.
Oh yeah, man.
But at that moment, he had no fucking clue who Sonny Paradise was. I promise you that.
No,
right.
No.
But and my mention of you at like the first couple times I walked through Street Flavor, it became like to where is this guy? But to your comment about it wasn't about that shit. Like that's one of the most admirable fucking things you could ever possess is being a record in
Well, my thing is
CEO.
I wanted to be, even though I still love producing, but my thing was I wanted to be Russell Simmons. I wanted to be that kind of guy. I wanted to be the record. I was looking up to record executives more than I was looking up to producers and stuff. And that was that's what I want. I wanted to bring some kind of like major label edge to the independent scene that, hadn't been there yet. And I think we did all right for a little while.
You did.
It got a little crazy, but the reason why I mentioned that no one else had helped that because shortly after that, a lot of people, after some things happened, were saying, "Oh, I was the one who really brought Pistol up to there." Yeah. I was like, no. Like,
and see, like that,
and I never defended those things to this day, to right now.
He's talking about 1995.
Yeah.
This is the first time shit like this is happening throughout a 30-year career, and it's like, bro, fucking everything, and it's like, I mean, I've been in the dude's ear just like because we talk about an artist like I'm the president of Street Flavor Records. Like we just renewed it for another year. At least for the another year, I'm a fucking officer, right? And it's like Sonny P did that, right? And then so like I'm telling the dude the whole time, like, look, dude, I may be biased by this point, but if I remember something I wasn't even conceived for, there's all these motherfuckers that still remember, and it's like, the dude's not dead. He's right fucking here.
Yeah.
Like,
well, man, you talking about like, and I got some people that's from out west. Like I got a bunch of family from out west. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Preston Taylor area, all that 40 of, you know what I'm saying? Like,
lock your cars before we come and get the shit, bitch.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all them out there. That shit is deep rooted. You know what I mean? Like family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That shit is deep rooted. So man, so the impact is just hits that much more.
Yeah,
I guess.
for sure.
You know
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
When you talk about Sonny Paradise early on, and you said you wanted to be like the Russell Simmons, was that like somebody you would look up to, like from a mogul standpoint at that time in your life?
Yeah, just he was just cool to me.
Yeah,
you know,
and plus Def
always
Jam
had
was
the
just-
polo shirt. You know what I'm saying? He always had, you know, like he just Def Jam. I mean, it was. You know, I grew up in New Jersey, so I mean, I'm an East Coast kid. You know what I mean? So you know, that's really kind
Just
of
thinking about that timeline, I can't picture anybody bigger. Like in reality, you know, like spinning into like Fat Farm and like
I mean,
you know, like all the different things he did. Fun fact, that's where Kimura is named after his first wife, Kimura Lee Simmons. That's where we got that name. We just spelled it different, but
yeah. So I mean, that's kind of what I kind of aspired to do.
So when I want a question about this, when you started the stuff with Pistol and Boogie and all that, were you producing those records as well, or so you was doing that from jump?
Yeah, right from the very beginning.
Okay.
So I mean,
just you?
No, it was me. Kevin was there in the beginning, and on Pistol's first album, what was his name? Jenkins was his last name. He was a local producer.
Okay.
So he was there initially as well.
Yeah.
He didn't end up being a Street Flavor producer. To be honest with you, I don't even know where he went after that.
Right.
But you know, he was there in the very beginning.
There's always one person.
When they were doing it as demos, he was Pistol's producer. So
got you. So just to let everybody know, like from the beginning, it's always been, because that was something I wasn't even sure about it to a point. Because I remember I didn't start seeing Sonny Paradise and Street Flavor till like 97, 98. I was in CD stores and I would see Casino.
Right, yeah. That was actually Boogie's older brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Boogie, Casino.
Okay.
What year was that? Was
Papa J, that was
Papa J, yeah.
So after Pistol, after Boogie, I did Rude Awakening.
Yeah, shout out to T-Sean.
Shout out to T-Sean.
Yeah.
And then we did Papa J.
Okay, got you. Yeah,
and
yeah.
then shortly after that is when some shit hit the fan and fucked my whole shit
Let's
up.
talk about it. What happened?
Newspaper article, baby.
What year is this?
Article,
Shut it down. So
Yeah, don't do. I saw
Yeah,
you.
so
You about to
what
put
was
it
the
out.
question?
Yeah, I saw Leroy.
So
You about to put the
that was
blunt
just,
out.
I was just
That was 95.
Okay, so I started seeing those CDs, and then of course what you got into after that is what I started seeing was Stax 360. Like
Yeah, the 360. What year was that?
So
Yeah.
that was 1998.
80,
So,
98,
but
okay.
right prior to that, I had left Nashville for a year, a
Mm-hmm.
little over a year. I went up to New York. I got a job. I was VP of A&M up there under Alcafaro.
Stamped.
Flex.
Alcafaro and Rick
What have you
Wade.
done with your life?
And
Bitch.
Nothing. I'm in the garage.
And, at the time, it was DV8 and A&M, and
Mm-hmm.
but you know, I don't know. New York.
No, you know.
I grew up there, and it was just
wasn't for
fuck
you?
that shit.
You
Getting, on
didn't
the,
like
bus,
it?
getting
Yeah.
on the bus every day and dealing with that
New
fucking
York?
shit.
Yeah, it's New York life. Did you come back down here?
And I came back,
Okay.
and you know,
It's fast.
and the first thing I did when I came back was I called Boogie, I called Pistol.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I called up Selecta Hits.
Yep.
You know, I called up Johnny Phillips, and I was like,
Shout out
Getting
to
the band
Phillips-
back
shout out to
together.
Phillips
yeah,
family for
I
sure.
got to do
RP
something.
West.
I got to get Street Flavor going again, and you know, I really got to like bring Pistol in on that one. Like he really came to like, you know, to help me on that one.
Yeah.
And we did that back with a Vengeance album,
Yep.
which you know didn't get a lot of action, but it got me back in the game. And then I got a studio over in Englewood and stuff, and we started cutting stuff, and then you know the whole Stack stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was all prior to like 1998.
That was all prior to '98. Yep.
Got you.
This is where the pay-per-view starts, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
98's.
Yeah. So, and you know, I think Kevin at the time during that stay, he was off doing stuff, and I literally came down in a U-Haul truck and picked him up from where he was working and said, "Let's get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
You know, basically.
Okay.
Well, in '98 too,
Damn, that's a
like
movie shit.
with
Yeah.
you said Mac Million was '98. Well,
Yeah.
that was the Slim Shady LP was '98 too.
Yeah. So I mean,
So it's like that same time frame.
I really
So
think
huge
that-
in my life, dude.
Yeah.
So I'll
Trying
tell
to
you the
tell
story
y'all.
about that is so we dropped Stack's album prior to the Eminem
Yep.
release, but for 13 months the record did nothing.
Yep, I remember you saying that in the interview.
Yeah,
Yep, and then
so
it just started. Yep.
Eminem's album dropped, and I get a call from Selecta Hits.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Hey, man, this record did 900 copies or something this week or this month
Yeah.
or whatever." it
What do you
was."
think that was?
And that was Eminem's release.
Yeah,
I think with Eminem coming out, it was like, okay,
They just Google white
Yeah.
rapper.
These dudes-
white
Yeah,
rappers, you
right.
can buy a couple albums. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You know, it gave it. You know, so we sold as many records in 1 month as we had the 13 months prior. Yeah. So and then from there, it just kind of.
God, that's so crazy for you to say that out loud, Sonny. Because when I think about that timeline, like the 360 album from Haystack was a huge album in my life. Because 98, dude, I was a sophomore in high school.
Right.
And like he said, or like y'all said, Slim Shady just came out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
the LP, yep.
And with the just mainstream wave.
My name is blew up in that.
Bruh,
Yeah.
dude, my hair was bleach blonde at the time. Like, facts, like
Hell
straight
yeah.
up, bruh. I was that kid, but I was the only kid in school that rapped in my high school, like for real. So that was my way of like kind of being recognized. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But when I love how you said that album didn't pop off for 13 months.
No.
Because I would love to fucking realize in my head mentally where I was either before or after that, what you're saying, that 13 month
I mean,
thing.
I was running around everywhere, like putting up posters.
And I'm local, so it had to have hit my wave before. You know what I mean? Or I had to be part of that, and like me and the group of people that I was around.
Right here immediately. I mean, any records that were selling were all immediately right here in Nashville. I mean, you know, it wasn't outside anything until.
And you had already done it, like before Stack. It was like you said, it was Rude Awakening.
Yeah.
And then you had like
Well, when Stack called
EMAC and all that too.
Stack called me out of nowhere. And, you know, back then he went under a different name and, you know, he does this thing. He's like, hey, man, this is J-Dog or whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's up, dude? You know? And he was telling me about how he wanted to rap and stuff. I was like, look, to be honest with you, dude, I don't know if I want to do another white rap group or white artist or whatever. I think I'm done with that because prior to that, who was it? Third Base, Vanilla Ice. You know, I didn't even know who Eminem was when we were having this conversation.
Right.
And he said, yeah, but now I go by Haystack. And I was like, okay, well, it sounds a little interesting.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, you know.
Just the name change got you got you back in the conversation?
It got me back in the conversation.
That's interesting.
He said, without the C. And I was like, okay. That's kind of cool.
That is a good swing on that word.
Yeah.
Just at that time, as far as marketing goes,
Yeah.
it was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I don't know how many times I typed it in like on fucking LimeWire and shit.
Yeah.
The wrong way.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But
He owes you some money.
no, I don't. I stole music from everybody.
Yeah.
I owe a lot of people money if that's how we're talking. But that was
Shout out Napster.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, that and LimeWire and Napster changed everything.
Yeah,
but like, but you talk about like the whole conversation we've had thus far, bro. Like the time that it was you accomplished these things, Sonny, is a completely different time, Bubba.
Oh, it's
like
yeah.
From the angle though that you achieved it is so much more of a wow factor because there's so much more grind involved. There's so much more fucking footwork.
It's hand to hand, everything.
Yes, dude.
It's definitely
everything.
more physical for sure.
Conversations, handshakes, meetings, phone calls,
absolutely.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not DMs, not fucking digital clips and videos and just enters rabbit holes that just steer you down shit. Endless fucking clicks from just information about everything.
Totally different world.
Totally different world.
Yeah. I mean, it's, it was like I said, it's back then you figured out how you're going to pay for posters.
Man, dude.
So that you can put the posters in the car.
And you had to have them.
And see how far you can drive in every direction. Hit Turtles, hit Blockbuster, hit
Turtles,
Camelot
bro.
Music, hit wherever you can.
Tower Records.
Tower Records. On West End. If you can get a poster up in there, you were doing it.
That's where I was seeing
Look
all
at
your
one.
stuff was Camelot
One was
Music.
gone for a minute,
No,
dog.
for real, though.
He was in fucking.
No.
Man, I want to go to the CD store right now.
Man, that shit is crazy, man. 'Cause I'm just thinking about like around their time and shit, like man, like what was going on, and it's
And back then, I think and actually really, really early on, even right when I was doing Pistol, the reason why those things unfolded the way they did is I met this really old school radio promoter. Back then, everybody had these.
What's his name?
If I should have to say it right, his name was Mike.
Shout out Mike.
Shout out Mike.
So he's blind in one eye and everything. But anyway, he was
Shout out One-Eyed Mike.
One-Eyed Mike.
So anyway, I mean, real old school. I'm talking like smoked the cigarettes one after fucking another.
Hell yeah,
Hell
South
yeah.
cigarettes.
Had his Rolodex and called all the radio stations one at a time. But I met him and I was talking about Pistol and everything. And he said, "Hey man, you need some distribution, boy." And I was like, "Fuck's that?" Like I didn't even have any idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Teach me.
And he's the one who said you need to go down to Memphis and get with them Phillips boys and see if you can get some
Shout
distribution.
out to the Phillips boys, man.
So honestly, without that conversation, none of this would ever existed.
That's crazy, man.
And I went down to Memphis.
Isn't it though? Isn't it fucking like the little aspects and shit? Like,
Shout out One-Eyed Mike.
I've been here
This
for a
one
fucking
thing.
2 years.
And this is how young I was. I said, "Dad, will you go with me?"
Yeah. How old were you at the time?
Well,
when
your
that
dad was about that business. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And his, obviously he was doing the country stuff and everything. And would really probably didn't think anything that I was doing was very interesting at the time.
Yeah.
But
And you were how old at this time? Like 20, 21, something like that?
yeah, 2021.
Crazy, dude.
And went down there and met them.
It's crazy.
Wow.
It's wild as fuck, bro.
Yeah. Came back, and probably I want to say a week later. So another age thing, fax machine.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking at the fax machine. And things.
Oh,
coming through.
facts. I thought you said fun fact. My bad.
No, fax machine.
Yeah.
I get this little coming through
Fun
the
fax
fucking
machine.
fax machine, and it's it's a pre-order for Pistol's album, $5,000.
Oh shit.
And I was like, holy shit, is this fucking, am I looking
In
at
order?
this right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a PO?
Yeah. So,
Fill it.
I
Ship
was
it.
like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Because initially I just pressed up the CDs on my own. And we just sold them.
Think about, we were just talking about the
classic.
difference in
That's
timelines.
classic.
Think about, he just said a fax for a PO for $5,000 worth of product.
Yeah.
Right.
That means there's $5,000 worth of compact discs and tapes going out the door.
Yeah. I was
gonna say
Handful of
tapes
vinyls.
too, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
There's some vinyls. There's some DJ packages going out.
Definitely some tapes.
So
Bro.
what it is, when I filled that first order, it was right when they passed the law about explicit,
Yeah, the stamp. Yeah, the explicit material label, the little black and
We
white
didn't
box.
put it on the artwork.
Oh shit.
So I had
Oh
to
shit!
I
Gotta
had
get them
to
printed again.
I had to get 5,000 stickers, and we
man,
we had to
let's
sit in
put
the
'em
back
on.
room and sticker on each one.
Oh, got you. Fix them all.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Cheaper to
So-
do that.
Keep the feds away.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
So man, that's crazy. But we talked about how much different it was. I mean, that is a perfect example of exactly that.
different
Dog.
Oh, for real, for real.
That is a whole different game, bro. I mean, now, click,
It,
click, click,
it was
click,
all
click,
about
click,
street
click.
promotion really back then. It was all about and
Yeah, posters on poles.
And
Yeah,
betting on
for sure.
yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Like you had to, like you said, you had to go to vendors and buy this shit
What was the clubs?
and sit like this, hoping that it moved.
Yeah,
What was the
I
clubs
could-
that
I
was popping
couldn't-
back then?
whatchamacallit by Fountain Square.
Man, shout out Fountain Square.
Malibu's, yeah, Club Malibu.
Yep. And then
Yeah, Club Malibu.
shit, I don't even remember what the other one was.
That's
but-
fire. Club
But
Malibu.
Malibu was one of the only ones, really. I mean,
Yeah.
Man, it's just when
stuff came later, but that was the one that was
Fountain Square is before my time.
I snuck him.
I didn't know nothing about Fountain Square.
Snuck
It's
in
just a
Malibu's
story
there,
to
yeah.
me.
But back then,
it
you
sounds like a memorable one, though.
if you were working a record back then, you could not go in the club without a few $100s to give to a DJ.
Yeah.
To get to play
look,
it. Yeah.
Here's
Play the
$100.
record.
Here's $100.
But it don't even work like that now.
So and to
Oh,
take
it
off
does,
from that
it
for a
does.
second, like
No radio station.
one of our first like confrontations each time was like, he's always been a fucking team player, and we've always like it hasn't been an artist producer label head thing. Like it's been a partner thing, right? So he's talking about doing it big. Like he's having these fucking PTSD memories from 1999. He's talking about budgets for shit, and like he's spouting off like, "Oh, this year alone will cost fucking getting through the year will cost $80,000." And I'm like, huh? Like,
Yeah.
dude, no. Like we post now, Paul.
Yeah.
Like.
Just depends on how
That's so crazy. Did you hear that?
how you want to do it.
We post now, Paul.
Yeah,
but I
like-
get it. I get what you're saying, Leroy.
But no, like it was literally one of those things. Like I can't tell someone no, especially when they've done it. And
Yes.
we haven't even gotten into what
Yes.
the fuck he did
yes,
yet.
but you have to continuously remind Sonny of how modern times have changed.
Yeah, like it.
Like we have to take Sonny's blueprint and modernize it, like bring it up to speed, like with the tools that we have now,
Right.
without buying the things we used to have to buy.
Well, and the thing is, like
what's it called? The online store where you set your shit up and then it's just
Yeah.
to consumers, just one offs. You know what I'm saying? You're not buying in bulk and the shit just sitting in some fucking
like
garage.
there's not like it's not even like it's like any business you do, you almost have to be social media
engaged
engaged. Like
absolutely.
it just like
Yeah.
heavily, like
it's-
But I mean,
indulged.
that's the difference too. It's like, when I was putting studios together, they were costing me $100,000.
Flex, talk your shit.
They were $70,000, $100,000
talk your
because
shit.
it was very hard to compete. But you had to back then. There was no
Man.
choice.
Yeah.
So fun fact for the people that don't know, and even myself, because I had forgot, but it was his studio we was in for the Welcome to the Trap House.
His?
Yeah.
Fire.
yeah. Watch your mouth.
I had a
That
studio.
question's came out over here a million times. Through studio, like off camera, like where were y'all at? Like I've heard that question a million
That's
times.
fire.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
had,
dope. I
at the
didn't know
time, I had a studio at the bottom of the United Artists Tower and
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Music
Okay.
Row.
Yeah.
And
Flex.
that's
Damn
when I was
right,
talking
bro.
to Jelly,
Flex Factory, bro.
Yeah, dude.
And,
I get it. I knew it would be
So-
this.
Yeah,
And
and,
see,
of course,
like-
Jelly, in and out of my life periodically over.
Yeah, yeah.
That was it. Just happened. It was a cool spot. That's where we did it. So
Dope.
And it's just like the reason I got people always get it misconstrued. Like I sold Sonny on me. Because as soon as I met him at D-Ray's, I was like, no fucking way. I didn't know what the guy looked like.
That's a fun fact before you keep going. The night that that Leroy's referencing to is the night that Chad Arms got the Sonny Paradise Jelly sit down. But that was indeed the first night that Sonny Paradise ever met Leroy Biggs.
That's right. And it was like
because you were in there watching it off camera.
Yeah,
I was there too, man. It was great. That was a great night.
I said,
that's cool.
That was when we learned about this thing. This is when O-Rig taught us about all that shit.
Well, I made the comment too when they were doing the interview. It was like, it's like if Paul Castellano and John Gotti walked into the same fucking room.
Yeah, with Jelly and Sonny sitting there. Yep.
Like, and it just like, you know, I had to sell him on me. Like he said, he was doing what Cole was doing, but it wasn't so much like as a management shit as it was just like being a supportive dad that was a part of the business. You know, if he had opened a shop and he was a mechanic, he'd work at the shop, right?
Yeah.
Like, and
I had no intentions of being in this.
Like
position.
I kept, like, yeah.
I'm glad I am, but I'm just saying.
I'm glad you are too.
It wasn't the plan.
Keep going, Leroy.
Right, exactly.
Well, and I had an album in the can. We were there getting ready. You know, I had shot a couple of music videos. This is around the time, you know, he was starting to see, and like,
I love it. I started to say it out loud earlier, but at the time when Leroy made the decision to go towards street flavor, I loved it just for the nostalgia of
and even the story I know.
Right, but you had options, Bubba. Let's not pretend that like Leroy had options at the time. Like multiple options.
And it wasn't oh, Sonny P led me over with the fucking flashlight and fucking got like, no, dude.
I actually came in to assist him with some of those options.
I remember these conversations.
And bro, that was like the friendship side of things.
Yeah, I remember
we
all
weren't
of
talking
this.
about doing business.
Forgot about this, but I remember
a certain label in Nashville had offered me a deal. I'd been sitting on the album. I could use the money. Right. I said, hey, Sonny, come here and just help me
facilitate something. Shit. Yeah.
See what.
Because you got the call you got the phone call about it when we were playing Madden on Xbox. You got a phone call about it.
Xbox.
And you know, they went in there, and Sonny can attest to what, dude. I was not bullshit when they treated us like we was about to do some big shit.
Right.
They really did.
Yeah.
And
which was cool. I mean, they were cool.
It was totally cool, and that's why I'm not saying the name, because I don't mean to badmouth anything, but right then I knew, like, we're in a legit building with a legit payroll of fucking people.
Yeah.
This guy just saved me from potentially, you know, not from anything, but just from a
long-term
situation I wouldn't have committed to for no amount of money.
I totally get it.
Right.
And dude, like,
God, that's so crazy.
It just fit, and with this situation ended up fitting you a lot better anyway.
Oh, dude, we wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Yeah. Well, at the time, it was like, you know, I was up here, I was stuck off on some bullshit. At first, Florida got me out of trouble. You know, Florida got me out of fucking, I mean, hell, up here, everybody was worried about fucking Leroy going to jail.
Yeah.
Leroy will be gone again. And I go to Florida, and it's like,
he's live every day.
We worked on the album.
Leaking music every day.
I called it Florida Leroy.
Yeah.
It was like you'd go down there, and it was like you'd smile, you'd be happy. You was calling every 30 minutes, playing me something.
I learned how to write music.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I learned, sober as fuck too, dude. Like,
but you also had a level of peace at home. Like, not when you were here in Florida. Like, there was like a sense of security still here at home.
Well, I mean, fuck, dude. Like, I go down there, and it goes back into why I want him to fucking talk his shit, because, like, I go down there, like, I haven't done a lick
I totally expected anything I was doing to go nowhere.
Hold on. Shut up, Sonny.
Right.
The president's talking. Okay.
Look. He pulled the call.
I haven't done any laundry since I've been in Florida. These motherfucker, he's gotten mad at me before for how I eat.
Damn, Dad.
Because I don't eat. Like, when I tell you, like, Dad, like, is right.
Well, I mean, Leroy.
Just trying to
and
keep
so,
it together,
and like, we had first,
Chad.
like,
that's the best way of saying it.
I'm
I'm glad you got a guy like Sonny Paradise doing that shit for you, bro.
Well, and two, God, like, damn. In return, what I did, like, I told him shit like, dude, we can do all this shit for way cheaper, for one, or way two. Hey, we can probably politic ourselves into this, which he knew all about. It was just he stepped away from it all.
Being lazy, my bad.
You know what I mean? He stepped away from it all. Like if we had to jump back into it if we was going to fucking do it. And,
and it gave me a reason to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
like
I said, I mean, my son and his stuff, it was just a different kind of thing. Like it was more like, I'll go as far as you want to go, kid.
And
like,
even then, it's like,
but this was a different thing. This is like someone outside of me, my family, and should I jump back into it? It was a whole different thing.
And it's like when I get down there, dude, I spend the whole time with Cole. Not even on any dude, like I promise you, we're in the fucking studio at least 80% of the time.
Yeah.
Whether he's banging on a guitar or I'm bullshitting, like, and we're just not thinking of anything. Like we're always in the motherfucker,
in the vibe.
And so like I had I have that running mate to go with, and then I got the guy that's like in the position to tell me, hey, dude, you're being stupid,
Coach.
That's fucking dumb. You know, like fucking pull your head out of your ass,
Coach.
And at the same time,
and it's accountability too, man. Like, we all need some.
And
of
you
that.
can't fucking talk shit back because you know about that blueprint,
right?
Like
no,
you know about it. You know what's attached to it.
Exactly.
Like
and see, like
you can play that hard headed shit for so long, but at the same time, you're like,
I talked him into it. Yeah. Right, I talked him into it. I was a fan. I knew, and so like we'd be in there, like so anytime. Because I very seldom do disagree. And it's never like, I've never had a disagreement with them where it was like, we were just on two completely different sides of the fences. But it was like, it's hard to disagree with a guy you fucking respect. Not like a friend respect, but like I said, you think about everything. Hell, he kept me out of a couple fucked up deals. He fucking, like, at this point was sheltering me.
Right.
Yeah.
And all this other shit. And it's like,
it's been interesting to watch,
you know. But with that being said, like, when he first showed me, hey, dude, you're an officer in this corporation, which I didn't know what any of that fucking meant. And then
I wanted to do that because I thought it was important. You know,
and he showed me that. Well, it was like, I'm a broke fucking jobless fucking kid, you know, like fucking still at this point, like I'm a goofy motherfucker. I'm old enough to go to jail. That's about it. I can't, you know. So like, I was trying to do the extra effort, you know, with Creek thing or like making a little money up here and going down, and because I know the whole time like the lights are staying on. I know the whole time we're doing shit. Like I said one thing one day about merch, and it may have been Sonny's idea, and I've always had merch. You know, like it's like
right.
Shout out to my shirt. My shirt's
keeping things pushing, man. That's what it's about. And y'all help each other out, you know, and just like Sonny helps you, you help him because you know how things work now as far as the social media stuff.
But see, that's what pisses me off so much is because like this dude can tell me his grievances. Not really that they're grievances. It's just annoying. If you did something, I'd feel the same way, you know.
Right.
But it's like I hear it, and I can prove the shit myself on some of the shit.
I like remember the conversations though, Sonny. I remember Leroy calling me during like those, like after our initial like meeting at D-Rays.
Yeah.
I remember Leroy like saying, "What's up with Sonny Paradise, bro?"
Right.
Hey, what's up? I mean, how long have you known him? You know what I'm saying? And me having to like give that story.
Yeah.
And I know I don't even have. Leroy's probably told you. Like I've never been able to say anything negative about.
I can't remember.
Sonny
I'm pretty
Paradise.
sure I asked if you had beefs.
Oh, I don't have any beefs.
No. Well, like I asked, like, well, why'd the guy get out? Did he fucking rob somebody? What do you do? Like,
I think my response was like, I don't know. You know?
Yeah, like it wasn't.
But there's one thing I've said it on the show repeatedly. I know Chad can contest for this, but I've always said that Sonny Paradise, like to me personally, all through that, like my first initial meetings at fucking Street Flavor, just shopping beats. Like when I finally had the opportunity to meet Sonny, he was like one of the most supportive people I could have ever asked for in my life. Even though I wasn't signed to Street Flavor, like he always would like check in, tap in, support me, or just like bring me to the side and just ask how I'm doing. You know, like even he always like while we all were conversating in the first hour and a half hanging out while I was setting all the shit up, like he asked how the family's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just that's type of guy. Yeah. Exactly. But one that had like such a heavy influence from this music shit, like you're saying, and like we've all sat and said repeatedly, like for me not to be an artist on Street Flavor, and I'm telling y'all, man, like I can't tell y'all, like I mean, dude would like text me and shit, like just randomly, like Squinch checking in. You good, man? Like, yes, Sonny Paradise. I'm good. How are you? You looking for artists or anything? You know, like it's like envious shit, man. I mean, from Street Flavor was always like you want to get there.
Yeah,
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Especially coming up the way I did, man. And I don't know, Sonny. You've always been A1 with me, bro. I love how Leroy, where he fell into position, and then for you to like put him into a bigger position with the position you've given him. Right. Follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out position.
Shout out position. I'm the only one that could do that at the table.
That's right.
Well,
You know what I mean?
and too, like when my dad had got sick and I had to spend time up here, like we talked every day.
Mm-hmm.
These, you know, they like, I mean, I spent 6 months up here, and we talked every day.
Yeah.
And not to mention a hurricane came.
Oh, dude, we even we skipped over. Look, we got butt fucked from the jump.
yeah, that was terrible.
This is like the taboo that wasn't supposed to happen.
I need
God's been
footage
trying
of
to
that.
tell
Can
me.
you send me
I
like
got
a
it, yeah.
video or something
Oh,
of
I
that?
thought you just said God butt fucked you. I was like,
was-
what just happened?
What'd you say?
Because from the moment we mentioned the word, when I said hurricane,
Holy shit.
I started the footage. So the footage has been playing like right here already.
Yeah.
As you can see, like Street Flavor got wiped the fuck out.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a 100-year storm. It was bad.
Yeah.
So figures, right? when we get it
Completely
going.
destroyed.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it kind of worked out better in a way. You know what I mean? Like
Like I left a fucking day before.
That is
Mother
crazy.
Nature wiped her butt all across
Dude,
the
if
all
I
over
had
it.
stayed, which I like, and I mean, if I had stayed there, we all probably would have stayed there, and like, we would have just been fucked.
I went and made a whole nother studio and everyone saw. That's how fast it moved.
Yeah, but I remember. I remember like little shit. Either you or Cole were posting like just little steps along the way.
Yeah, I remember that
You
too.
know what I mean? And I remember the guitar, like the guitar y'all found or kept or some shit. There was a guitar that was washed away or something. I remember the post about a guitar
Or an amp.
maybe. I don't know, dude. It's something. Maybe I'm both. Maybe I'm thinking about something else. But I thought that it's something about a guitar y'all found somewhere else that washed away or some fucking shit.
Maybe one that got saved.
Something that got saved. Maybe not. I don't know. But it seems like it was like as fast as it happened, and Leroy had just made it home.
Yeah.
Y'all started rebuilding like
And then after that, built another one because we found another location.
another spot. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And what
30 years later, back
30
back
years
at it,
later,
like
back booming.
Yeah. Well, trying anyway. We're getting there.
Yeah, for sure. And then, of course, like I know y'all don't have a date for it, but we've talked about it on the podcast. Leroy's new album,
Yep.
the full length Street Flavor album.
Yes.
Well, and it's like, you
Right.
know, we've been
It's coming
talking
soon.
about it, and like, we may have another song to add to it
Yeah.
and finish.
Which I'm
Just
not gonna
because,
lie,
like,
yeah.
we, you know, like, we're not throwing songs together on an album. Like, when I tell you each song fits any of the fucking songs, like,
And there's no genre.
that
for
shit
this
just
for this
doesn't
album
fucking
anymore.
happen, dude.
Right.
Like, it doesn't happen. Like,
You can call it country rap, but it is not country rap, dog.
well, it's like,
It's rock, it's rap, it's
What do you
hip hop.
think it is?
It's good music.
Let's
It's
ask
good
Sonny.
music,
Let's
yeah.
ask Sonny.
I just think it's good songs.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
and like that's always kind of the goal. Like, you know, it's easy to just make tracks and rap, and but like it's the goal is to just make good records. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Vibes.
good songs, and
Yeah.
you know, it may not always fit exactly what's popping right now or whatever, but it'll be a little more timeless.
and two,
Yeah.
like,
And two.
yeah,
one thing
One thing.
I can say.
Do it.
Each of these motherfuckers sounds without a doubt like a Leroy Big song.
Yeah.
A lot of booty shaking.
Lot of ass and titties,
But
Freak Nick,
and someone
freak
said
Nick
to me
shit.
the other day,
Freak nigga
a
shit.
good friend of ours said the other day, they're like, man, I sent him the link. He's like, man, I listened to him. He said the crazy thing is like it sounds new, but I can hear street flavor
can hear
all
it.
in it.
Dude.
And I was like, yes.
The first time I heard Mr. Biggs,
Yeah.
I said, bro, that says Sonny Paradise all over.
for sure.
Dog.
Yeah.
The
and it's the
whispering-
first fucking track.
But the
Dude, it's,
whispering,
it's
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that is Sonny all fucking day.
the rest of the album outside of the Mr. Biggs track. is,
Facts.
Like there's nothing there's not one track that sounds like the one before
No.
it.
Yeah.
There's something for every. I mean,
I haven't heard the whole thing. I don't have the link. I have a link, but I
You've
think
heard
it's
the whole
way
thing.
out there.
You've heard the whole thing on that.
Probably
that link.
so.
Yeah.
But the
Definitely proud of it. It's cool. It's a cool thing. I think when people hear it, they're gonna like it. I
think
it's gonna be timeless.
You know, I went through like
a lot.
I went through a lot of life.
Yeah.
For that album, like in the middle of that album, it was at the best I've ever been.
Yeah.
When we got the ball rolling, right?
Yeah.
Then I got this fucking. I just tell it for what it is. I got hooked on drugs, partying and shit. And then it's like, okay, I had to take care of my dad. Mm-hmm. We come back to put the final touches on the album. My dad passes away.
We did a little deal on a single in between.
Yeah, we did.
Shout out Eddie Valero.
We went and fucking, my country ass talk has his number to this day, and I know none of you fucking hating motherfuckers probably even know who that is.
Bitch.
And your mama sucks dick.
Oh shit.
Okay. That's pretty aggressive, but okay.
But anyway, the whole reason for the episode is like,
I got your back, bro.
There's been plenty of outside uncredible sources that could give me a million reasons why not to go with Sonny, and like every time it's like the fucking conversation, the way we act, the way we work is all the reason why. And it's like, I mean, like, fuck, dude, like, there's been a lot of learning to this shit, but it's like, it's all the same thing at the end of the day.
Well, that and too, what may not have worked for somebody else doesn't necessarily mean you and him can't have something that works. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Of course not.
Whether it's
different ingredients,
his end,
the
the other end, or,
Right.
So like, for sure, I know you heard a lot about that stuff too, but I mean, this album is going to be, it's definitely your best work. You already know that.
Oh yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like, dude, we've written so much fucking good music.
Yeah, man.
Like, I have fucking in my phone confidently, and in Sonny's phone. Not to mention all the songs he has written in the fucking 30 years he's been writing music and doing everything.
Yeah.
Like, there's about 5 fucking records I've written that if you fucking gave me an artist to handpick, these motherfuckers would be platinum 7 times in fucking 7 weeks.
And what's scary about that is that you went from just not knowing how to write a rap verse 3 years ago with album 1, right?
Freestyling.
You didn't know how to structure bars. You didn't know how to make songs. And 3 years later, you're writing songs and what he's just said, I can literally, I mean, he could pitch these songs to big artists. And, like, in 3 years, he went from not knowing how to write a rap verse, not knowing how to structure.
I will say this, dude. I can stand with any fucking accredited writer right now.
In that short time frame, for sure.
And it's because, it was David Ray initially fucking teaching me.
Yep.
And then it was Sonny fucking smacking on the head. No, do it this way. Do it this way. You don't work, you don't eat. Like, no.
Dump you on the ear real quick.
But yeah, man.
But it just like, I mean,
it's crazy to me, Sonny, how many people we sit around and can name at this table with the backstory.
We do these things, and it's like, golly, it's like I leave out so much stuff because it's so much history, so many people, so many things.
But what we're getting into is the fact that, look, he's a real person. He's back, and by the order of me, the mayor, right? This shit's coming out. And a lot of you motherfuckers are disrespectful and fucking wrong. And I'm not going to speak on something I wasn't there about. Yeah. But the guy's alive. It is a real thing. And social media may get one of y'all ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
The way we sit though, and we talk about the nostalgia of like the whole like time span involved with Sonny Paradise and the brand he's created at Street Flavor Records, and for it to go dormant for the number of years that it did, and then to reestablish itself, and with an artist like Leroy Biggs forefront, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's a crazy story. You know what I mean? Like, and there's no way we could sit here and pinpoint everybody. You know what I mean? Because off camera, we named 30 people we ain't even touched on yet.
Yeah.
And we could steer this conversation any way you want to. So it's all about how much shit you got to say.
I couldn't even begin to talk about some. I would have to kind of know what, you know what I mean? Like, if someone was like,
we'll say this. We'll just say generally, what are some misconceptions people have about Sonny Paradise? You want to go that? You want to say that? Is that a good way to start it?
I think one of the big ones, in general, one of the big ones is maybe one is the production side. Of course, a lot of people always seem so amazed.
What have you produced
over the years?
Oh, that's crazy.
All right, let's start.
Let him finish.
Well, I mean, anything that obviously anything street flavor. Obviously that's
Haystack. You produce any Haystack?
Everything early. Everything after Crackabilly was not me.
Okay.
I did that Good Friends song off this last thing, and that was a disaster.
Yeah.
Not because of anything he did. It was someone had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
But I mean, I've been writing and producing since I was 13. And I was in the studio with Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five doing Hey Hoes in the background when I was a kid.
Hey,
Fire.
Talk this
Fun fact, dude.
Talk this shit.
Shout out to Hey Hoes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's crazy.
And it's just something that I was always doing. But so that's the first one. Is really people not knowing how involved I really was. Now there were times where I did back off, and I had to bring other people in.
Okay.
Because if I didn't, the company would just fall apart.
Yeah.
Because you were doing other stuff in addition to just being able to produce.
There was a time when I was really, really pushing hard. It was probably 99 through 2003. I built the studios in Mount Juliet behind Tractor Supply. Actually ended up buying that whole building and shit. And, I think at that time I was burning 30 grand a month in overhead.
Another flex.
Back then
every one of y'all's getting paid.
Back then phones were $2,600 a month.
Damn.
Oh my God, not even cell phones either, was it?
Yeah, I mean, if this internet wasn't even a thing.
We had our own landline.
Fat ass power tail phone.
We didn't have hotline.
Satellite joints.
Well,
they call in.
I'd kill myself.
So
That's all I know what I'm talking about.
I hadn't made a record that I really felt sonically I could really, really get behind until Car Full of White Boys.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I love that.
That album, which was Haystack Sophomore album. Okay.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Keep going.
Yeah, just sonically. So I always had this thing in my brain where I was never hearing what I wanted to hear sonically.
And then you did on Car Full of White Boys.
Yeah, and it was because one, it was either an equipment issue at the time. I couldn't afford this or that, or
you couldn't paint the picture with the colors you had.
Exactly.
I got it.
Or I went into 16th Avenue Sound and I really wasn't good enough myself.
I totally
at
understand.
The time
this is great
to mix the record the way I wanted to.
Great record too. Love that record.
At that time,
Full of White
I was building the studio we were just talking about behind Tractor Supply. The building was just a shell, and I had to build all the offices and everything in it. And so while I was doing that, we were cutting it on West End.
Right.
And I had using this other guy's studio at the time.
Okay.
Who was actually a decent engineer. So, and then at that time I had brought in Shannon.
Shannon Sanders.
Shout out Shannon Sanders. Pull up. I'm in his DMs right now.
Yeah. So the beats were far better. Having that in there. Shannon brought a musical aspect to it that hadn't been there.
Nice.
Anything that
if you could influence that conversation, Sonny. I don't know if you still got any pull with Shannon, but I'm literally in his DMs right now.
This would be cool for him.
Yeah, keep going.
He'd probably really enjoy it.
If you could help water that seed, that'd be great.
I had known Shannon for years prior to that.
Yeah.
And Shannon was always a little bit out of everybody's league a little bit.
Yeah.
Just as a singer and a musician and whatnot. Yeah. But, he came and stayed with me for it was 2 years, I guess. That through the natural. But I lost track of where I was going with
He's on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to bringing other producers in.
So
and working with
sonically, I was never really able to
until Car Full of
White Boys, and then from there, picked up, and I had people on payroll at that time, and it was a lot for me, and I was still only 28.
Crazy.
And it was a lot. So I think another misconception is that maybe I didn't give certain people the attention they needed, or maybe I didn't do things exactly the way they wanted it to be done from a business standpoint. And the tough part about that is, I always tell Leroy, it's like, I always feel like intentions are what really matter. It's how you enter into what you're doing, what you intended for someone, and how you go about that intention. And it may not work out, you know what I mean? But most of the people that ever had a gripe with me usually just had a gripe over maybe I didn't do something exactly the way that they wanted it.
Right.
And I promise you, it would have been as simple as a conversation. You know what I mean? So, it's just as informal as this is. It's never really been any different.
Gotcha.
So if there was a grievance or anything and someone didn't bring it up at that time, I haven't been anywhere. I've been in Nashville. Was in Nashville for 30 years.
He always tells me, man, nobody has ever came into a situation with me and left worse than when they started?
Nobody.
There's no
You
way.
You said that in the interview we did.
Yeah.
There's
back
no
in July
way.
of 21. Yeah.
And like I said, that doesn't mean that people left me and they were doing fucking great. It just means that you didn't leave worse than you came in.
Right.
You didn't. Right. I see what you're saying.
It wasn't a step back.
Right.
Yeah. And I think if a lot of people understood how young I really was, not to make excuses for anything, but I mean, if people really understood, like even Pistol was older than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Back,
Right.
it's
Right.
like not by much, but I mean a little bit.
How were you when you got into that? When you had Pistol?
I started Street Flavor when I was 18.
Golly.
And then
insane,
by 20, we were,
20 years old, owned your own record label.
yeah.
It was moving. It wasn't like you had a label and when nothing was
Yeah.
happening, like y'all were moving.
You
Walking in Ruthless Records,
Yeah, I was
bro.
just about to say you linked in with Easy.
Yeah, dude.
The fuck?
You know what I mean?
That was crazy.
Who does that?
Sonny.
Yeah, I know, right?
But, I think
My
that's
dog.
that's a little bit to do with it, And
No, for sure.
my thing was like, I just wanted the music to always be better. I wanted the records to sound better. And I guess whoever we had to bring in to do it was really kind of, if I could do it, we did it. And, was.
And that's when you said the natural. So that's when the Def Jam situation.
That was after.
That was after. Okay.
Yeah, that was after.
But that was all in that time frame, 98 to 2002 ish.
Yeah,
what you said.
Def Jam came probably, I think that was a little bit later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That was before the trilogy, the Portrait of the White Boy stuff.
Okay.
And all that.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so that I just brought that around, just to, going off the question about what I thought people may.
Yeah, the misconceptions. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I didn't do everything perfect because I didn't know everything. I was still learning kind of as I was going as well.
Yeah.
So whether it was a publishing situation or, I just I didn't know it all.
Right.
Yeah.
I was trying to know it all, but
Yeah, I think it's dope though. When you recognize when people can leave those situations like you're saying and actually have the ability to recognize in the long run that it was a good experience for them. It helped broaden their brand in some capabilities. They went into the scenario worse than they ended up when they left. However they left, however it may have fizzled out or however the relationships may have took a turn or whatever.
they didn't leave with me owing them a check or anything.
Exactly. If there's no like, hey, bro, you better pay me my fucking money.
Yeah.
Or none of those type conversations, even in reference to, bro, what happened to this? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how that couldn't have been brought up or mentioned before.
I don't know. It just goes. I don't know. It's one of those things like,
But even in reference to like just bad business, period, like from deals or anything else, like over the years, like where it may have started as with an 18-year-old Sonny Paradise with Pistol and Boogie and like all those type artists, like, and then we took the conversations into Haystack, and then I remember Charlie P being signed to
Jelly.
Street Flavor, Jelly Roll having a fucking sting with Street Flavor,
Yeah, CWB and Burners,
CWB and Burners, and then Top Dollar.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of names from this city that you could throw in the mix of the Street Flavor conversation.
and
all the way up to now, to what y'all are doing now. Yeah.
But me personally, and I'll say this, only once have I sat in the same room and heard someone talk differently. That had an established relationship with Sonny Paradise and reference bad to those times.
yeah. Well, like one of the things.
Only one time. It was on this show recently with John Connor. John Connor mentioned something about some royalty type things or some
I think it was
production credits or
more. Yeah.
I hate to put it out there like that, but that in reality, that's really the only scenario that I can personally remember. And this is coming from the guy that literally 45 minutes ago sat and told y'all that I was an outside influenced local rapper trying to do the same shit, and Sonny was always in my corner.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I'll frame that a little bit. So one of the things I always, and I don't know where I kind of got this from, but I always wanted to bring in, have somebody, whether it was, another producer.
Yeah.
One, because you'll get caught in your own groove if you don't.
Right.
Things will get stale. You gotta keep doing something to keep things going, or the shit'll sound the same or whatever. So, of course I had Kevin, Dev,
DJ Dev
for a long time.
Yeah.
Wonder where he's at.
I don't know. And then, I would bring in like Jody Stevens.
Yep.
Jody Stevens.
Jody's went on to platinum, triple, whatever.
Yeah.
Man, I remember being around Jody Stevens. Shot Chad. Chad got me around Jody
even
Stevens a handful of
this
times.
kid Coop for a little bit, who did
Shout
some
out
stuff.
Coop, take
for,
off on him.
Coop.
Yeah.
Bro. Coop. We still keep in
He's a
contact
bullet.
with Coop.
And Coop was cool. I mean, the only reason why he didn't stick around was, one, I didn't have enough money to give him.
Yeah,
He's
well,
an
now he's like
amazing
he's a
producer.
higher up at ADT. Like
Yeah.
he works for ADT.
Yeah.
And
He was always-
shout out Coop.
he was always-
Shout out ADT.
We had him scheduled to pull up one time,
Yeah.
and
It was like a
fell through.
holiday. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
a holiday.
Shout out
They've
Coop,
been
though.
keeping me out of your home since 2012.
So whether it was Kev, Jody, Coop, what Dale Babb, whoever I had around at the time,
Right.
I always knew it was
God, those
important.
names, dude.
It was important to
Is
have
it Del Babb or Del Babbitt?
Babb.
BABB.
Yeah. So it was always important to have more people around for the quality.
You would
of the
know.
music,
Yeah, for sure.
and keep it interesting. But I said that to say that, these people, I didn't just, say, hey, come make beats. Like I really, really embraced these people. Whether it was taking care of them, feeding them, giving them a place to live, taking care of their kids, paying for their kids' birthdays, school clothes, whatever it was. Like I didn't just say, hey, come make some fucking beats. Like, it was like people really became part of my situation.
And he would have went to the same fucking degree if I had let him with me. Dude, when I'm down in Florida, I have a fucking bedroom. I have my own bathroom, shower, every meal we eat together. Like, it's like, no question if I have plans or not. Like, hey, this is what's happening. Come on, you're part of it.
And without touching on it too much or, seeming too loud about stuff, but, the John Connor situation is simple. Like, I produced Bonnie and Clyde. Without a doubt, emphatically, period, end of story.
Okay.
And how that record came to be was, I didn't know John Connor.
Okay.
So Stack had been getting beats and writing the beats from John before I ever met John.
Okay.
So there was this beat that was like a Aerosmith sample or something that Stack wrote the lyrics to. So that's how the lyrics of that song came to be.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
He wrote to a different beat for Bonnie
Exactly.
and Clyde. Okay.
Dave Davidson was a person that I had used all the way back on Car Full of White Boys.
Was he a guitar guy?
No, the violin player.
Oh, violin player. Okay.
Yeah,
Dumbass,
so
keep
he
up.
was part of the Nashville Symphony.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I brought Dave Davidson in
Yeah.
Tim Hill.
Okay.
Shout out Tim Hill. Pull up. He's had the chair invite forever.
And what the funny story to that is, Tim Hill was sitting right here. I was sitting right here. The keyboard was right there.
Fucking touch
And
me.
one of the ways that whole Bonnie and Clyde piano thing came to be was I didn't want it to sound programmed. So I didn't want to. I didn't want to program the keyboards.
Y'all played both melodies at one
So
time?
we played the beat, and I had him just play it straight through as if he was like at church, just playing it straight through.
Yeah.
Even letting it go off at the end and doing
Oh,
what it
dope.
was.
Okay, I didn't say- I
So
would've
and
never
Tim was
known
such
that.
a good keyboard player. I mean, him and Shannon were both amazing. But that was the whole thing. And I had actually met Dave Davidson through Shannon.
Okay.
So when we brought Shannon in on the Car Full of White Boys thing, Dave Davidson was somebody that he knew.
Got you. Okay.
So, so I mean, that's just touching on that. The whole thing about making music and not sampling. Like, I was Stack's producer up until I wasn't. Up until Crack Valley was done.
That's so hard.
Up until Crackavelli.
Yeah, all of Crackavelli.
That's the beginning of the documentary.
So
I
Crackavelli
Stack's
was
producer.
was not you, right?
No, it was me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I try to tell people this. It doesn't matter what producers I had at any given time. I was the producer. Nothing went through. Nothing got done. Nothing got I went back and forth with people about what could go, what couldn't go. Or go over track list. But
you had the final.
Yeah.
Like,
and
okay.
if I didn't like the way something was broken down, I just said it, that it's going to go like this or that. And of course, I respected certain people.
Right. It wasn't like you just running roughshod or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what am I going to tell Shannon about playing a keyboard? You know what I mean? But,
Right.
so I produced everything. Rick Rubin doesn't know how to play a single instrument. He doesn't know how to mix anything. But he's one of the most iconic producers in the world.
With the best ear.
And if I were to give myself any kind of, accolade as a producer, my ability is really just forming albums.
You're the Rick Rubin of Nashville rap.
I think that's something that I do really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Putting together songs, taking a song that has a really good shell and then doing something to it that just maybe completes it.
Yeah.
You know, but there is certain things that I actually had my hands on all the way straight through. And that's kind of what prompted a little bit of why we're here. But
Okay.
I love it.
you know, it's I just don't like anybody taking credit for something. Like, you don't have to give me credit, just don't take it. Don't take it from
Gotcha.
me. You know what I mean? Like, then I'll have to at least address it and move on.
And see, it's like everybody nowadays, like everybody has a platform to take credit. It's like,
Yeah.
well, if he's not going to take it, you know, and it's
And I
just
probably wouldn't even say anything about it, but you know, it's just
So what would make him? You know
Even
what I'm
like
saying?
deleting the-
Well, it interests me because me and Chad. Me and Chad were sitting there.
Listen to this.
Go ahead.
so even saying that
Listen
the
to
album
this.
was accidentally deleted, but I had the whole album backed up, mixed on iTunes or whatever it was that it, you know,
Which
that's not
album?
true at all. Crackaveli, which
Cracker
was a
Valley
double
album.
CD,
Okay.
which I was 50 grand in the whole of, right?
Damn.
Just on cost for productions. Okay.
So, you know, that whole entire album, and no one really knows this, is all just 2 tracks. That album was never mixed. Those were just the 2 tracks
Just-
I
yeah.
had up to that point
Just to put something out.
in iTunes. That luckily I was saving all my premixes
As you went.
as I went
Oh
along.
my God.
Or that entire album would have been gone.
Wow.
You know, and what it
that's
was
crazy.
the hard drive had been partitioned. And if anybody knows anything about technical stuff, a partition is not accidentally deleting. You have to actually accept by saying, yes, partition this drive. You know, so things are just slightly different.
Well, even in the conversation, you know, initially, and no disrespect to John Connor, like we were sitting here, and that was a great sit down with John, and when it on the playback, even on the edit, like I didn't even catch it initially, but it was so fast in the conversation through the Haystack talks because it was over such a long period of time where he started working with Haystack. But the early on stuff, he mentioned the street flavor stuff, and I remember turning to him and saying like, "What, they didn't give you like production credits or something?" And he said, yeah, basically.
Well, what happened was there was some money that was owed by Stack to my dad at the time. They'd worked out some kind of deal, so he had kind of owed him an album.
Was that the Came a Long Way album?
Yes,
That's inside
which
baseball.
I had nothing to do with.
Okay.
I didn't produce a single thing on it.
Right.
I don't even know the names of the people who did produce on it. So the only reason why it said street flavor on it was my dad had to have a way to distribute it.
It was a fulfillment situation.
So I was like, just
Okay.
put it through our distribution, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. And
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It wasn't a street flavor album.
No, partnership type.
Okay.
Right. So
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Distributed by.
exactly. So I mean,
It had the stamp, but it
But
wasn't.
that's the speed bump that kind of sparked this sit down tonight, and Leroy orchestrated it as quick as he could, you know, because Sonny went on social media and said he had some shit to say.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean,
we had it scheduled that following week, and then we postponed it for whatever reasons, logistics or whatever.
Taylor's
I gotta
timing, I
say,
think.
initially,
They were in the studio.
Initially, it annoyed me, not because of who it was, but just because
It was
for
just
so many years, I'd
inaccurate.
never addressed anything anybody had ever said,
Yeah.
and there's been a lot of things, and it's just like,
And it annoyed me because, like, it's
That's
not
your
just
partner.
that. Well, it's not just that, but it's like you'll have to see something or something and get reminded of something, and it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And it's like, dude,
yeah, it was
like,
just like, ah, damn. It's just,
all these victories that should be fucking victories, and you never went to collect the trophy.
yeah, no.
Like
Oh, I
that's
see what you're saying.
what the
Yeah.
fuck it
Yeah, I
is,
see what you're
dude. And
saying.
it's
Yeah.
like,
And you know, like I said, it goes back to the same thing. It's about intentions, and
Yeah.
you know, I would love to hear someone say I didn't have good intentions.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that would be one I'd really have to challenge.
Well, and just in John's defense, he didn't say anything
about you
negative
specifically at all.
at
yeah,
all.
no, it's not an
Just
attack on him at all.
no, and I know
just-
it's not, but I
it
don't.
just-
I don't. Yeah, for sure, it wasn't like that either when he was here.
It just made us address a
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
bunch
yeah.
of things. Me and him started going down the rabbit hole of a bunch of things, and you know,
It was just kind of the straw.
But I get what Leroy's saying, Sonny.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, dude. We're only here once. You know what I mean? Luckily, we've been on this show a few times together, and that's all great. And you can come here anytime you want.
Yeah.
But I think you're at a point in your life, bro, to where you have enough accolades under your belt where you should talk your shit.
Well, and two, it's like, dude,
What's two? Here's two again.
Nobody can be, in my opinion, truly successful at anything
Yeah.
without there being a little bit of damage behind you.
Absolutely.
You know, because there's always going to be somebody that you couldn't do something for. There's going to be somebody who says you didn't do it the right way.
Sure.
You know, but for me, how I say that is it's the intention. Again, I keep going back to the same thing. I never intended, my intentions were always good with everybody I deal with. And I think I always put my money forward. I always put my intentions forward. I always put my good faith forward first.
The most risk.
And I say to him to this day, it's like I always let people win first.
Especially when you were saying you were spending $30,000 plus a month overhead.
Right.
I mean, that.
Well, see,
in the late
initially
90s,
that's
bro.
how it came in, and then like that's part of our partnership. Like, I didn't just meet Sonny. I got into a relationship with his son, with his wife, with his kids, with his dad, with his brother. You know who? And it's like, look, dude, like.
But that's how I've always been.
The shit's
Been that way
changed, and
forever.
it's like, hey man, like this is highway robbery if we do it like this, just because it has dwindled down so much.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like let's do this risk together, bro. Like, don't like fucking like, like I mean, and it's just one of those things. Like, when something happens, got to tell Sonny. For me personally. No, nothing. No, it's fucking, you know, his first initial question every time, well, what do you need? What can I do?
Yeah.
You know, and it just like, he didn't learn that position. He's just been that way. So I can only imagine how the fuck it was as a
But that's why
younger
things
guy,
like
and-
this annoyed me to the point it was because I've been so hospitable to people from the very beginning. Like, I mean, these people in my house, like in my houses, you know, at one time I had 2 houses on the same street so I could just fucking be close to my kids while I was in the studio all fucking night.
Flex.
You know, and, you know,
People, you're saying people don't say,
homes,
they don't
one
say
for the
like
hoes
that
and one
side
for
of
the
it.
fam.
no, everybody
Not to mention they're on the same street.
Right.
Over to that part.
You know, people leave a lot of that stuff out. I mean,
Right.
John Connor, his wife and his kid lived upstairs in that house for a while.
Oh,
You know,
okay. Gotcha.
and you know, Jody Stevens lived up there. I mean, you know, it's like
Shout out Jody Stevens. I ain't heard that name in a long time.
I have no idea, dude. That's
No, I just said shout out to him. I haven't heard that name in a long
It goes
time.
back to my wonder as to why I haven't heard from him.
Jelly had some. I love you, Jelly. Jelly had some choice words for Jody Stevens in y'all's interview. Remember?
Yeah, I mean, it just goes back to the same
Jelly
thing.
feels
It's
the type
not
of way.
necessarily.
Hopefully they're fine now.
It's not necessarily that I know whether or not anybody has anything in particular, any kind of grievance, but like, why haven't I heard from Jody? Is really the whole
Yeah, I
thing.
don't-
Like,
I haven't heard
this is
from
a
him either.
kid that like. We were fucking tight, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like he
That was Jelly's gripe too.
I mean,
yeah.
tight. Like,
And
then
a
just-
creative genius. Like he's.
Yeah, and just
I'm 30 beats from Jody
I
Stevens.
already know.
Years, dog.
I was on one of them with you.
Yeah.
I believe.
And
Chad.
just-
And if you let fucking Jelly tell it, Jelly was a big supporter of this
No, I'm
from
sure.
the jump.
Yeah.
Of what you as Street Flavor?
Yeah,
Fuck
for sure.
I already know.
Fuck yeah. Like,
Well,
already
y'all
know.
you and Jelly still current. I mean, y'all still were. I mean, obviously, like we were saying earlier, Sonny is the guy that produced "Hate Goes On" for Jelly that he opens up all of his shows with.
And what's so
Just
crazy? You want to hear a
know.
fun crazy thing?
Yeah.
Fun fact.
So-
what do we call him?
Jelly's first album was "The Hate Goes On,"
Yep.
and
2006.
the first
yeah.
gold album that I directly produced
Yeah.
is "The Hate Goes On."
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, right? Like,
So 6 degrees. of
On
separation.
that "Hate Goes On" album, did you produce that album? You and Jody? Was that y'all?
yeah.
I love that. I love that album, bro.
Yeah.
I know there was. Did it ever really get a release?
No,
it came out like way later. I
Yeah,
know.
the last me and him talked about it. It kind of was a brand kind of thing. It was almost
Gotcha.
like, I'm not sure I want to keep this out floating around. Brand, you know, whatever
Yeah.
his reasons are, and I'm cool with it.
yeah.
You know, but I thought at the time it was one of the best albums ever come out. Of
Bro, it's
Nashville.
to me still like Jelly's "Hate Goes On" album is one of.
Was that
it's
the
probably
one with
top
Grown
5?
Man?
Yes. Top 5 Nashville rap albums ever.
Yeah.
How young was I?
And a lot of that was the new
6.
was the new energy of bringing Jody in.
For sure.
And
Yep.
and that's the crazy thing. Like, it didn't matter if I made a beat, for example. I just always wanted Jody, because he was the new guy, to have all the attention.
Yeah, and y'all had that
He's-
sound, bro.
He's the new guy.
Yep.
He's the new thing.
Yeah.
You know,
That album was crazy, dog. He had some really, really dope music on there, dude. Still to this day, I know.
What year
Jelly's
was that?
2006.
yeah,
The
2006.
towers were down.
And then
R.I.P.
and then we did Local Legend for Charlie P.
Shout out Charlie.
Which to me,
Shout out Charlie P.
I think-
Great album.
I think that
Local
album-
Legends are great.
I think
Yeah.
it flew right under the radar. It was so. It was so.
Did that have antifreeze?
Shut up.
Yeah,
Was that
Yeah,
antifreeze? Yeah,
that was the
antifreeze.
single, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Dickies and all that. on
Dickies.
there.
Hell yeah.
Charlie had some bangers on there.
Cocaine White.
Bro, another one
With
that
the
I
gangsta Nikes.
Yes,
Cocaine,
dude.
wires,
You know what I'm saying?
cocaine, everything.
I tell you another one that I loved was when y'all did that Street Flavor Volume 1.
Uh huh.
That shit was super banging because that had songs on it that wasn't on Charlie's album or Jelly's.
I need to see the cover. Can you show me that cover, Chad? Street Flavor Volume 1.
A lot of that stuff came to me because they were songs that didn't make certain albums, so they were kind of left out.
Collabs and stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean,
Street Flavor Volume 1.
I still think that
Wasn't Cool Daddy Fresh with Street Flavor at one time?
Oh, I can give you that story too.
Let's go.
Shit.
So
I remember a disc being stamped Street Flavor. It was the blue one with a tiger on it or something.
Yeah,
shit.
that
there
was,
it
Okay.
Shout out.
is. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, shout out
I wasn't
Fresh.
sure if that was Street Flavor.
We got
I kind of assumed it.
something's coming with Fresh too.
That was me.
Okay, I
okay,
remember that
okay.
shit.
So
I remember that.
It was
shit.
The Whole Truth So Help Me was the name of that album. Cool
Okay.
Daddy Fresh.
Dope.
The Whole
Yeah.
Truth So Help Me. So
Nashville legend for sure.
Absolutely.
basically,
He'll be here soon.
when we did Pistol's album, all the guys on my street team that I had were John Smith, a couple other people, John Pegram, these other street guys, Kevin Robinson, who's a fucking awesome dude. I'm still friends with him, K-Rob.
Dope.
So all these guys were working for Street Flavor.
Yeah.
You know, not all of them were on direct payroll, but they were all part of the street team through somebody that I did have on payroll.
Yeah.
So what happened was Pistol stuff was taken off. West Side, Nashville, Cool Daddy Fresh, other side of town, whatever. He had It's All True.
Yeah.
So, which was being produced by the guys who were working for me. Cool Daddy Fresh's album was supposed to come out on Street Flavor.
Okay.
But all the guys that were working for me were behind the scenes taking all my info. They were getting the stuff from Street Flavor. Where's the distributor to this and that? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So they were getting the game and the information. Next thing I know,
Still in the sauce.
they started a label, For Real Records. Right. So, and then that's what that first album. But anyway, later on down the road, I got with Fresh and we did The Whole Truth So Help Me.
Okay.
Which is the one you remember with the fucking tiger.
That's what I remember.
Hey, Fresh was the hardest motherfucker in the
No,
field
Cool
for a
Daddy
minute.
Fresh was one of. I'm telling you, dude, back then, that Cool Daddy Fresh was one of them ones, and he's back doing stuff again. And we've spoke with Fresh.
He will
too.
be here. It's been planned, but there's more logistics to it than people are expecting. So we got something special planned with Fresh.
He's definitely got an important history.
Absolutely.
Cool Daddy
Because
Fresh
immediately after
dude.
Pistol, Fresh was right there.
Yeah.
It was, you know,
But it was already established in Nashville. So I think that's something that's kind of dope to pinpoint with you at the table.
Yeah.
Because with all the names we've thrown out there, for one to be established already and ultimately kind of have a stint still with Street Flavor.
well, it was bound to happen. I mean,
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like
I mean, it happens everywhere, every city. You know, I mean, as soon as something pops, whether it's Atlanta, Texas,
it's where you want to be. You know, I said it earlier. Like it Street Flavor has always been like this thing in Nashville, and then for it to go dormant for so long, man, and it to come back full fruition like it has. But with this fucker at the forefront of it, you know, with Lorenzo, I think it's dope to still be able to sit and talk about Sunny Paradise the way that we get to.
and it's so crazy too because Cole, my son Lorenzo, he's really good. Like
He's
and
versatile.
I don't
as
say
fuck.
because he's my kid, but I mean like he does my sound that was created, you know, or the Street Flavor sound.
Oh, yeah.
But it's his, but like and I
He's
never
revamped
showed him
it.
how to. I never showed him how to do it.
No.
It's not like I sat
You
down
see
and
it
said-
going, living on through him
Yeah,
though.
but I've never sat down and was like, do this, do that. But he somehow has the same kind of sound.
Yeah, man. You can tell.
It's really
Y'all
weird.
got to see what your sound for
It's
sure.
freaky, man. And except he does it just a little better, smarter than me.
A little more
Well, it's
modern.
like-
Put a new age.
It's just a
twist
modern
on it.
twist on it,
just a
yeah.
little
Yeah.
something,
we got like
Yeah.
that Smokey and the Bandit thing going on where like I fucking like no matter how high I am or whatever, he can understand what the fuck I'm saying.
That's important though,
Yeah,
Sonny. You
no.
know that shit.
Yeah.
Like just from an engineer or a producer aspect to sit and vibe with that.
Well, we mentioned it right before.
With that.
right before
Damn,
we came,
what up?
Yeah.
right before we came on, I mentioned
When it's
how,
highest of the high, you know what I mean?
how
Like,
important it was for an artist to have a producer,
Yeah.
not just you know beat shopping necessarily.
Right.
Somebody you can sit down with,
Be friends
on a
with
regular
and shit.
basis,
Right.
Right.
And what you do is you guys fucking make music together.
Yeah.
and I think that's when it really comes together.
Yeah, Leroy said it when we first started. It got to where him and Lorenzo currently, like when they're together, it's like they're not even making music. They're just hanging out, but they happen to be making music while they're hanging out.
Doing
like,
all the
they've
shit I wanna
created
do.
like this vibe to where he'll admit that it's kind of irreplaceable right now. Something he kind of sought after when he got to Florida initially and knocked the shit out.
Right.
Like it set the tone for the Mr. Biggs album. But it's exciting to think about where you guys are going to go with this shit, man.
Right.
Yeah, man.
You know, to see how heavily involved you still are to a degree, but the influence you still fucking pack, bro. Sitting, you know, around the people like this kid, man.
That's dude. That's really what I've been trying to convey to him. Like,
Well,
like,
you
and
can't
it's
see
such
yourself
a
as good as other people can.
well,
see
no,
you,
but
so,
see, that's the thing. Like, it was like it's still there, and you never did social media. It's not like you tried and you got like. I made this reference this morning. I got 2 points to make. From the day when I hung out with Cole, I was like, hey, dude, just think of it like this. If you're in any scenario where you're going to get your ass whooped, I'm going to have a black eye too.
Yeah.
Like, we've been glued to the hip, right? I made this analogy this morning, dude.
Cole can fight, though. I don't think
when you're the best at something, right?
He can fight.
Somebody's going to knock you off. And they're going to keep testing you until somebody who's the best.
Yeah,
right?
it's just the way
Street
of the game.
Flavor never got
knocked off.
It logged off and left. It never got done again.
and more people left me than I ever left anybody.
Right. It wasn't like he just left like a thief in the night. It was like,
fuck this.
well, after so much, and it was like,
Got tired, boss.
Yeah, you do.
that's why I felt like I had to sell myself on him in my mind before I even talked to him about his grievances, because it was like, look, dude, the guy didn't leave with his fucking dick in the dirt. He fucking left and had his fucking family.
Yeah, left
had his house. Retired. I came down there and he was fucking retired, bro, and he looks so much older now. This has been the hardest year of his life.
Exactly. I've aged 5 years.
And it's just like, dude, you can't replicate what's been fucking done.
You can't. I think it's dope for both of yours aspect though, from yours and his. I love the fact that you brung Sonny Paradise back into this shit. Like from that first night y'all met each other out at D-Ray's. Like he saw something that night. There was something that clicked in Sonny's mind that was like, bro, I should have a conversation with this kid.
And for him to be so like,
and D-Ray, like he's another one that's just so, he's really been surprisingly, like I'm saying surprisingly because I very seldom get this, you know, so supportive from day one.
Right.
You know,
D-Ray's the
there was
man.
a situation with another producer that I had helped out a lot, where I had went before I started cutting some of Cole's stuff, just asking for a favor. Hey man, I need a studio to cut live drums.
Yeah.
They turned it down. To me. And I had been talking to Jelly at the time, and I was like, you know, I think maybe, you know, D-Ray would let me come up there and, you know, work out of there. And D-Ray just was
Of course.
fuck yeah, dude.
And
Love
like,
that guy.
Yeah.
Gonna
there's
hate
some
him soon
people
if he don't pull up.
There's some people that think D-Ray is my legitimate grandfather.
You wish.
No, I know, but like that's what we talk. Like I've called him Paul so many times
for sure.
Yeah.
Like it just.
What's crazy too is how that even, like the Sonny interview was kind of like thrown together last minute. I was up there shooting day in the life content for Leroy. He was cutting just songs with D-Ray.
You guys are like, let's do this right now.
And him and Cole pulled up, and then Jelly pulled up to cut some kind of.
Yeah.
He had to cut like.
Then I got
some
wind of who
edited
all was
vocals.
out in the same building, and I'm like, I'm on the fucking way.
Yeah, and
Which just kinda came about.
Squints checked in because we weren't too friends yet, right? Like
Yeah, that was before the podcast started.
Yeah, so like Squints called and checked in. Hey Leroy, is it okay? And Josh,
That's not what happened. I called D-Ray.
I
D-Ray's like,
blessed it.
yeah, what the fuck you
I
calling me
blessed
for?
it.
Come
you
on.
know what I'm saying?
You blessed it.
And Jelly too. I mean, Jelly has been in the midst of, which is what makes him so great, I think, is in the midst of, you know, he still took the time. He still, you know, takes a call and every now and then he still, you know, shows my son love, us love. He, you know, he's done a feature, like things like that he absolutely doesn't fucking need to do.
Yeah.
But so he's been super supportive, and you guys as well. I mean, it's like there's a few people that
talk.
I just like the shirt.
I'm just saying.
I'm still here.
You know, it's like there's been some people, you know, that have really, especially in the last couple of years, have really stepped up and just been like, hey man, like we got you.
Well, and the thing about Jelly too, people can say whatever they want to say about Jelly, but like you can't say that Jelly doesn't love this shit. You can't say that, and you can't say that like he's a fan first of just the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it's like he wants people to tell the stories and he wants people to win and stuff, but he may not be able to do everything for everybody, but you can't say that he doesn't love the shit and doesn't want people to win though.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, but
that was crazy because he was like giddy that night. Like he was super hyped to be able to just come in there and do it because he was in the middle of finishing his album, Ballads of the Broken,
and that's when I heard "Son of a Sinner" for the first time before it was released. And I was sitting next to him, and I was still a little bit baseball.
Yeah, dude.
I was still a little in shock. If you remember what I said, I was like, he really, like, to me, that was a real surreal moment. Like when he played that song for me, I was like, like,
because he had cut his verse for "Even Angels Cry" because it was the only rap verse on the album. He says that in the interview.
Yeah,
and it was just kind of a fluke thing. Like all that whole night was kind of just wasn't planned like that.
That's where that photo came from.
Oh hell yeah, there it is.
But can you throw it up on the thing? Yeah.
Yes, I definitely can.
That's
the one.
If you look closely, you can probably guess 2 of the 4 substances I'm on.
Yeah, dope ass photo. I love it enough. I love it enough that it's on the wall out here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot in that photo.
But that's when I really knew that he had transcended anything I could ever fucking do for him. You know what I mean? Like that's you know, we had touched on beats or something in the future. And I was like, fuck. Yeah. What am I gonna do for him at this point? You know what I'm saying? Like that. It was so good. I just was like so taken back.
It like too another thing, you know. Man, when we make music, we make fucking music. Like when I say like when every argument we've has been a creative difference. Like we agree on the same shit. We like the same stuff. Like it's like, and like there's been times like no, or like something will be offbeat or something, and I don't hear it or something, and he'll stop me and be like, "You don't fucking understand. Like it just doesn't fucking work." Like
God bless Cole really for having to fucking work with his
mediates.
dad.
Does he mediate y'all?
No.
But still having to work with his dad. I get that too.
Like fuck, dude. It's like fuck that. Like he's
like we'll fucking
that'd be different.
I still kind of work on and off with my dad too, and I know over years it's challenging and like dude, I'm a fucking nut. So
Cole plays phone mediator. All right, put it that way. Like I'd get off the phone with him or like fucking motherfucker. I go, can you believe this guy? And like he's fucking 6 feet away. Yeah, I know. You know.
Yeah, but no, like he's it's crazy. He's the glue.
Well, y'all got something really dope going, man. Just keep pushing it. We're looking forward to the album, Mr. Biggs, for sure.
Oh, dude, I can't fucking wait for Mr. Biggs.
We're looking forward to Cole's stuff, like whatever y'all come up.
When we do the Street Flavor documentary, we'll be able to kind of cover.
We're gonna shelf it.
Well, you know, Leroy,
I'm gonna shelf it.
We're gonna shelf it.
Leroy owns one of those chairs, so anytime you want to come sit in one with him, Sonny, you know that seat's yours, Bubba.
Now, just know that can be revoked. So
I understand.
If you fuck up, you know.
He said, "I understand."
But I'm glad you reached out when you did and said what you had to say and came through here and set the record straight.
Well, I mean,
man.
I hope, you know, if you guys were wondering about anything, I hope at least I touched on.
No, for sure. I'm glad you spoke on some of that stuff, man. And some of the stuff it's kind of a retouch of stuff, and some of it's stuff people didn't know. So it's always good.
And to another thing we can touch on. After all the time that's passed and everything that's happened, you know, hurricane, fucking deaths in the family and shit, like, this is still where I am. Yeah. The old ball and chain. Yeah. You know, like, and it's like.
It's a good situation, man.
Exactly. And it's not going, my whole thing is, like, it's not going anywhere. Like, I fucking, like.
Well, my whole thing is I want to get this to the point that him and Cole could just.
Yeah,
just do it.
You know, coexist and it's just a thing. I think that's what's happening, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? And over time, that's just going to be a stronger relationship.
It's like he thinks his life will get easier, and it's like
it won't.
When he has no control over anything, and all the time I have for Sonny Paradise is to fuck with Sonny P time, dude. You're going to be on fucking blood pressure medicine. You're going to be. You won't be able to piss when you need.
But you're going to get a fucking banging ass album out of it, most likely.
You're definitely going to get one of those.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get on payroll.
Fucking some Florida whores, bro. Shout out Chlamydia.
Yeah, shout out Chlamydia.
I'm hoping for a Street Flavor 50th anniversary kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It'll happen.
I'll be 60. Let's go.
Hell yeah. I'll be 64.
Oh, yeah, dude. Shout out to 60.
Shout out Street Flavor Records.
1960 something in the year that's going to screw up.
Yeah, it really was. Not really.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you pulling back up those
Sonny,
it was cool.
Always, bro. We really do appreciate you pulling up, bro.
Yeah.
And just
who do you just fucking hate?
The conversation attached. The conversation that comes attached with a guy like Sonny Paradise and a brand like Street Flavor Records, and just the 31 years attached to that brand. is just unreal to name some
And
of the
I'm
names.
running into the dirt.
Quit, man. Yeah. To start where we start, as young as you were, with the names that we started incorporating along some of this story, just little touches on some of this story, and the lead up to the nut sitting next to you now. It's crazy, man.
Fire bombs. It's gonna go down in fucking flames.
I can understand why you're. The Grays are coming for.
Johnson billboard sing what
I love watching one watch Leroy, dude.
I mean, it's amazing, man. I love watching it, man.
It's gonna be the most,
little bro, man.
it's beautiful fucking chaos here. The angels are singing in my head. Don't rock the jukebox.
He just cut a wrestling promo on y'all, dude.
Look, keep that in mind. If anybody ever want to fuck with me, I'm gonna send this crazy motherfucker out.
Yeah.
Just keep that.
I'm gonna piss in your socks.
I got one on standby that's not on camera.
No, you don't. No,
Right,
you don't.
right.
He didn't.
Yeah, that's what we're talking
That's
about.
my twin. What are we talking about?
Man, that's security. He's watching the door.
Ain't shit secure.
We stay with some crazy motherfuckers.
Show them what you do with that cereal.
Man, nah, bro. Come on now. Don't do that, bro. Save that
Shout
for
out
the
Sonny P.
OnlyFans,
Shout out
bro.
Leroy. Shout out Lorenzo.
Yes.
Shout out Big
Awesome.
Body Charlie. Shout out
man.
Owen
Charlie.
Yeah. Shout out all you guys, man. Put your shoes on. Shout out Sunny Paradise, man. Shout out Street Flavor Records. We love you, Bubba. Please pull
Appreciate
back
it.
up. Come
Thank
see
you.
us.
Thank
Anytime you got some shit to say, Sonny, the seat is yours.
And if you don't,
the
no
last
sweat.
thing I want to say though is
Go.
for anybody that has ever done anything with me over the years, that I hope they know that I really, really tried.
Yeah.
I never harbored anything over years for anybody. I tried to do my best, and you know.
And if you don't,
that's all you can do,
I
Bo.
dug him up.
Yeah.
He's back.
That's all you can do, man.
If they do have issues, just DM Leroy.
Just say what's up. I don't like him, and I'll be like,
He's very
Generation
animated.
X.
Right?
There we go.
That's exactly what it was.
A whole lot of that.
Mr. B's coming soon, man. Y'all stay tuned with that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Definitely coming soon.
I wish
And
I
we're gonna
Bad
have some Street
Habits
Flavor
2 coming soon. Me
Yeah.
and Squints, the Return Part 2 album coming soon.
Facts.
Fucking Sonny P, the Acoustic Lost Tapes,
Yes.
Tape 1 coming soon.
Fuck yeah.
Body
Please,
Charlie MILF session coming soon.
Damn.
And you know what? Your baby mama, she'll be coming soon too, because I'm on my way home, darling. The daddy's gonna come home and eat. The daddy gonna skeet on your feet.
Hey, you mind if we say bye too?
My name is Squint615, and this has been a I Got Some Shit to Say production, ChadArmesTV.com. My name is O-N-E, motherfucker.
You forgot the Mildred.
I thought you broke up.
No, I never told you.
Mildred.
I'll tell you off camera.
ChadArmesTV.com. I got some shit to say.com. Shout out Sunny Paradise, Street Flavor Records. Chatty, get us the fuck out of here.
Bow.
Yeah.
Bitch, we got views.